Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new video, and in today's video we are going to be bringing you the top 10 perks to be using in Dead by Daylight. Now, first off, I just gotta very quickly mention that this is going to include some combination of perks. So in some sections it could be two perks used together. I'm going to allow that because some of these combinations work really well together. I think it deserves a spot in the list. Next to mention, this is my personal opinion. We're not going into statistics or anything like that. This is my personal opinion. I've officially reached over 1,000 hours on Dead by Daylight, and so these are going to be kind of my opinions on what I think work really well and what I've enjoyed using. And finally, this is in no order. There's no order to this. These are just all my kind of favorite builds or favorite perks that I've been using over the last 1,000 hours of Dead by Daylight. Without further ado, let's get into the 10th spot. Now, this is going to be one of my personal favorites. I've always loved using this, and to anyone who watches the streams, you'll know this. It's going to be Dead Hard. With Dead Hard, if you press the active ability button 1, then you gain endurance for 0.5 seconds. This allows you to have an extra life upon your command, which I find really useful. Obviously, certain requirements does have to be met, i.e. you have to be hooked and then you have to be injured in order to use it. But to have this within the palm of your hand, it's amazing and it's stupidly useful. There are so many situations where this perk can be useful, i.e. if you're looping someone, it allows you to loop longer. If you're at an end game and you need to reach a gate that's very far away, allows you to take an extra hit. And talking of hits, with Dead Hard, you can use it as a protection hit, which not only will you live, your teammate will live, but you also get scored and points upon that, which is great. Not to mention that it is very satisfying to hit a Dead Hard, but it does take time. It does take time to actually learn when or how to use the perk and to time it correctly. At number 9, we are giving the first combo, which is Iron Will and Lucky Break. So with this combination, Iron Will allows you to have no grunts of pain at all when you're injured, and Lucky Break, when you are hit, that allows your scratch marks and also pools of blood to be hidden for 60 seconds. Now, after those 60 seconds are up, you can recuperate those 60 seconds again. Basically, all you have to do is while you are healthy, you have to heal someone else, and that time spent healing that person, you will gain back those seconds for Lucky Break. This combo is really useful if you want to avoid doing chases, so if you just want to focus on doing gens, then this combo is really good to use. At number 8 spot, we have another personal favorite. We are using Finesse. This allows you to vault 20% faster when you are healthy, and it does have a cooldown of 30 seconds. The reason I personally use this is because you can avoid hits that would naturally hit you when you are vaulting, and when I say this perk is a lifesaver, I really do mean that. When you are looping, Finesse allows you to potentially keep that loop going longer and longer. And I'm honestly surprised it's not been nerfed, because when this first came out, a lot of people said it was broken. I thought it was broken too, and I still think it's broken. This perk can pair really well with Quick Gambit, but also live as well. The next perk that we have is Resurgence. When you get unhooked, gain 70% healing progress instantly. This allows for a quick heal, which not only saves time, but that time that you have saved, you can spend towards doing gens, or if you need to, you can take another chase. Again, this is one that I run quite often because it's honestly useful just having a nice quick heal. But not only that, if I'm not doing solo queue, if I'm doing games with friends, then I can simply tell them, I've got Resurgence, I would love a quick heal, and then bam, we can get straight on to doing a gen. Coming in at number 6, we have Resilience. When injured, gain 9% speed to every single action within the game. So that's including repairing generators, unhooking, doing exit gates, quite literally anything you can do within the game, you can do it 9% faster while injured. For me personally, I find this most useful whenever I'm doing a generator or if I'm looping by vaulting. Yes, the 9% does count towards vaulting, which again, I wouldn't say it's broken, but it's extremely useful. This is definitely one of those perks where it's high risk, high reward, but the reward that you get from it is incredible. So definitely use it. At number 5, we have another combination, and this is Autodidact and 1, 2, 3, 4. So with Autodidact, you start with a minus 15% heal skill check, but as soon as you start gaining stacks, it can go all the way up to 75%. This means that when you hit a skill check of 75%, that means that the healing progress goes up by 75%. Now, the good part with using this with 1, 2, 3, 4 is that 1, 2, 3, 4 gives you 20% more skill checks. So not only can you gain the stacks faster, but you can also heal faster. And then obviously if you're not healing and you're doing gens, you're still going to gain 20% more skill checks. This combination I actually tried recently in one of my recent videos. If you want to go check it out, please do. I would have to say this is probably one of the best combinations of all time, and I really hope that some people will start to use it more because it's really, really good. However, the number 4 spot, everyone knows about this, and it's another combo that I'm bringing to you guys. Number 4 is going to be Hyper Focus and Stakeout. With Hyper Focus, when you hit a great skill check, you gain 1 token and up to 6. And each time that you hit a great skill check, it increases the base value of that skill check by 30%. Pairing that with Stakeout, when you are within the killer's proximity, you can get up to 5 stacks. And with that, if you ever miss a great skill check, then the game completely ignores it and takes one of your tokens off. I recently did a YouTube and also TikTok short, and I used this combination, and you can get a gen done within about 50 seconds. You can actually bring that down by using other perks as well, which is insane. Very, very broken. Highly recommend that if you want to do some gen rushes, definitely use this combo. Number 3, I've not seen anyone talk about this combination, and I did a video on it as well. This combination is going to be Repressed Alliance and Wiretap. With Repressed Alliance, it allows you to block a generator, which you might be wondering, why do you want to do that? Well, when you use Wiretap, you can basically see the killer's aura within 12 meters. As soon as you put Wiretap on the generator, you can then block that generator so the killer can't hit the generator. That means you're going to get value out of Wiretap. This is really, really useful if you want to know where the killer is, whether you're going to be looping the killer next to the generator, or if you put it on a further generator where maybe a teammate is being chased. Again, really useful, not only for us, but for them as well. At the number 2 spot, it's not a combination, it's actually just a singular perk, and everyone knows what this perk is. We'll make it. When you unhook someone, it grants you 100% healing speed increase for 90 seconds. Hands down, this is absolutely the best perk for healing people in Dead by Daylight. If you are going for unhooks, then you're always going to get value out of this perk, and I highly recommend that you do use it and give it a go. Now, of course, this would not be a top 10 without some honorable mentions. We do have a couple here, a couple of my personal favorite ones that I have used but didn't just quite make the list. The first honorable mention has to be Bond. All of your teammates' aura are revealed to you when you're in a 36 meter range of them. This is really useful because if you're in a chase, you'll want to know where your teammates are so you can avoid them while they do gens and stuff like that. Not only that, but if you need a teammate that needs to be healed, then you know where they are, so you can go ahead and heal them. And honestly, it's a very underrated perk. Not many people use it, but it's definitely good. Our second honorable mention has to be Windows of Opportunity. This allows you to see pallets within a 32 meter range of yourself. The only reason why this didn't make the list, don't get me wrong, this perk is amazing. However, you kind of tend to rely on it too much. When you stop using it, when you start kind of learning the layout, you kind of, I think that it kind of bridges the gap in a way. It allows you to become better with knowledge where pallets are. And of course, I know that for solo queue, Windows is really good, so you know what pallets have been broken and which ones haven't. I think it's just one of those perks that a lot of people kind of rely on too much, and I think that's kind of why I stepped away from it. I relied on it way too much, and I kind of like to have it to the point where I don't need to rely on Windows for me to kind of win a loop. I don't know if that's a bad thing, but that's kind of just how I feel, and that's kind of the reason why I've stopped using it. Our third honorable mention has to be Deja Vu. This gives you a 6% increase to doing gens which are close to each other. So it's 3 gens within a close proximity. This allows you to avoid having a 3-gen situation, which unfortunately can happen more times than not. Obviously, it solely depends on whether you're in a solo queue or if you are playing with people that you know. I feel like most of the time when I'm doing solo queue, it happens quite a bit, and it's a bit of a shame because there's no communication. However, when you are playing with teammates that obviously you know, i.e. friends, or if you're doing a Swift, then more than likely you're not going to be in the 3-gen. However, again, this perk kind of bridges that gap. It allows you to see whether you're going to be in the 3-gen situation or not. And last but not least, we have friendly competition. This perk was recently buffed, and it allows you to have an extra 5% progress towards gens for 120 seconds when you do complete a gen with a teammate. If you paired that with other perks, you can obviously make that percentage even quicker. Let's say if you had Prove Thyself, you can make that into 15%, which, yeah, is pretty damn quick. Those are all my honorable mentions. If you have any, then make sure to drop them in the comments down below. But now we're going to get into the #1 spot. Again, just to reiterate, this isn't in any order. Just because this perk or combination is in #1 doesn't mean that it's much better than number 10. I think they're all really, really good. However, the #1 spot is going to be Boon Dark Theory and Made for This. Yes, another combination, but this works so well together. It's honestly incredible. I really enjoyed using this. So Boon Dark Theory allows you to have a 3% haste when you bless a totem, and Made for This allows you to get a 3% haste when you're hit with endurance. With that, you can get 6% haste, and we actually used this in a recent video. 6% haste is a lot. When you are doing loops and chases, it's a lot, and it's really, really good. Highly recommend that you try it out. Ladies and gentlemen, if you found this video useful, or if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to slap a like, make sure to subscribe as well. We've got more content coming out very, very soon. Thank you to everyone that has supported recently. The kind of love and the support has been honestly overwhelming. It's been amazing, so thank you all so much. If you want to, please check me out on Twitch, as I do try to stream as much as I can over there. Any love and any support, I'd really appreciate it. Anyway, thank you all so much, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.